And so leaning into that and being vulnerable about it
Yes.
so that other women can see it, that's okay.
Yes.
And I think that's how I keep my femininity.
Mhm.
But it's really important because we can't be men.
No.
We're not men.
Not built that way.
No.
Hi, I'm Shannon Bingham here with the Built Different podcast where we interview entrepreneurs about their stories. And today we have the founder and CEO, Cara Kirsch of the Kirsch Group. Welcome to the podcast. I'm so excited to have a female in the chair that's such a baddie like you are. So give me the scoop, girl. What is the
Thank you
history?
for having me so much.
Yes.
I'm so excited to be here too.
Yes, that's great. So what's your story? Like you started this group. When did you start it?
Yeah, I started, we did the soft launch on December 2nd and the full company launch on January 19th. So the Kirsch Group is an independent employee benefits brokerage. And so you might be familiar with a lot of acquisition that's happened in our space where the larger global firms have bought a lot of the small independent firms. And so you know what happens when there's consolidation. And so it's a time when employers are really struggling to have a strong advocate, to get transparency in their cost, and have someone who really knows the solutions. And so that's why I launched.
And I think you have a lot more than just this business too. You do a podcast.
Yep.
And some other things. What about this podcast?
Yeah, so I launched Ignite Women in Insurance 9 years ago, and it rebranded in 2023 to be Ignite Women in Business and Insurance. And really the goal was to bring women in my industry together to build their networks, to build their brand, to understand how to support and empower one another. And then the podcast was born. And so the podcast is 2 seasons deep. And in that we really feature women that have a story to share that has action that other women can take from it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's really important to me that women have a voice.
And have each other
Yes.
in entrepreneurship, because I feel like there's a
It's
lot
lonely.
of, it is lonely and it's kind of a man's world sometimes. So we like to kind of dive deep on that and say, you know, would you have any struggle as a woman in business getting going, or any other struggles that you can think of?
Well, yes.
Yes.
So put simply, yes. But I grew up in a small town in Nebraska, Osmond, Nebraska by Norfolk. And I'm the
Small town
oldest
girls.
child. Yes. I'm the oldest child and the only girl.
Yeah.
And my parents had an unsaid expectation of greatness. So my dad never said, do everything perfect.
Right.
But he also had this expectation that whatever I said I would do, I was going to do at the highest level. And those expectations have caused me in my career to be labeled all the things that women are labeled. She's too fast.
Yes.
She's too much. She wants to overserve her clients. She wants to change the system. And so that's what finally gave me the push is I was let go from my job.
Wow.
And I was let go really on the top of a really successful year. And it was a surprise to me. But on that day, I thought 2 things. Number one, I'll never sign another employment agreement. I will bet on myself every single day from this point forward. And secondly, I will never be minimized again. I will never have to use my core energy to be someone that I'm not. And we shrink ourselves to fit in because why? We want people to like us. We want people to come and say hi to us. Cara Kirsch has never been a person that does water cooler chit chat, but that doesn't mean I'm not nice.
No.
It just means I'm focused.
Yes.
And why is focused bad? And so one of the things that's going to come out of the conference this year on March 3rd is that. And one of the key things I'll be saying at the end is, if you are hating on other women, it stops today.
Yes. 100%.
If you're in this room with me, it stops today.
Ignite Women's Business Conference. I am so pumped. So that you said is on possibly March 3rd?
March 3rd.
Okay, it is firm on March 3rd.
Yep.
And where's that at?
It's at the Scott Conference Center.
Oh my gosh.
And we've been at the Scott every year. And we will stay there because our cap is 300.
Okay.
We will not go past 300 because we want our women who come to have a space where they can network.
Yes.
And at 300, it's hard.
That's really hard, yeah.
But at least it's not 5,000.
Yeah. But we've been at women's conferences where we were able to meet at a women's conference. So I feel like there's a lot of community right now here in Omaha specifically that has built up women entrepreneurs and just fueled a little bit of their like fire. So where did your fire come from?
Oh, so many places. I grew up with my parents.
Yes.
My parents got married when they were 19, and I'm Gen X. And
Yes.
so if you read any memes about
Same.
Gen X right now, they're like, we're practically like Dr. Dre.
Correct. Correct.
And so we are channeling Dr. Dre most days. But my parents, you know, I grew up really poor and I put myself through college. And my why has always been like, I believed I could change things. I really believed that I could fill in the blank and it would happen. And it did. And so my why really is my children. I want them to see that I can stand on my own 2 feet and build something from the ground and build it to be this great thing.
Yes.
And my grandson, who is just a huge part of my life. But also, I want all of the women in my life to know that you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Yes.
There is nothing holding you back except yourself.
That's so true.
And we don't talk about that enough. We don't remind women of their greatness.
Not at all.
But when we see a man doing something really great, we're like, oh, he's so smart.
Right.
But if a woman does it, oh,
Calm down.
right,
Yeah.
calm down.
Yeah.
Like, you're too passionate about this. The other thing is that today, in my business, employers are not being served in the way that I believe they need to be served. And many of them don't know it until they work with me.
Yep.
And then they work with me and they're like, wow, I didn't know that I could do that. My favorite thing a leader can say to me that's a client is, I didn't know I could do that.
I love that.
And so then I ask myself the question, why is that?
Why?
It's because the incentives in my business are misaligned. And what that means is, if you think about employee benefits, health, dental, vision, as a three-legged stool, you have brokers and consultants, employers and vendors, insurance companies. And right now, brokers and consultants get paid from insurance companies. In some scenarios, there's others that apply, but the majority are commission-based. And as those costs go up, so what's happening in healthcare right now, it's not getting cheaper.
It's not.
It's getting more expensive. And as it goes up in cost, brokers and consultants get paid more. And so what do people do when they get paid more to do nothing?
Right.
They do nothing.
Nothing.
Or they do less.
Yep.
Or they tell employers, oh, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. You know, or great news, 7% increase. What CFO or CEO in your mind has ever said to you in the history of your life that 7% was good news?
Right. None.
None.
Yes.
Zero. And so I always target zero. Do I always get to zero? No. But I have solutions to get us there. And like I was sharing with a prospective client yesterday, you know, there are options in the world that you can consider that will help your organization thrive.
Yes.
You need a partner that knows how to unpack those solutions, who knows the contracts, who knows the operations, and that's what I know.
And you've had times where you've gone into businesses and literally like super changed them.
Super
So I
changed.
know you've had a story where you've gone into a bigger organization that you've discovered some things. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I have so many of them.
I'm sure.
Every time I take over a new client, I do what I call a broker compensation audit. And so I look at every single line of coverage and determine what compensation your prior broker was getting. And then I bring that back to the employer. It's often embarrassing.
Okay.
It's embarrassing for them because they didn't know.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing for me because I'm a member of this industry. But there was a time when I was working with a prospective employer and they said, Cara, we renewed in January. We have, you know, we're a tech company. We pay $3 million in premium. We got a 17% increase in January. And I was like, well, what data was there to back up that increase? And he said, our broker told us there wasn't any. That's a flat lie.
100%.
So a side note on that, but I wanted the insurance company to pull that agent's appointment, because if they're not going to represent you correctly, why would you allow them to? And the insurance company was like, well, we can't validate that. I'm like, your client is telling you that. Fast forward, I said, I'll tell you what did they say the reason was? And he said, we have someone going to the emergency room a lot.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, if someone went to the emergency room every day and spent $3,000 each time, which is on the light side, that would be $300,000 maybe for the year, and you spent $3 million in premium, and he said you're hired. Mid-year, I got the insurance company to re-rate the renewal and decrease their price by 27%. 17% of the renewal was washed away, and another 10%. That company was later acquired.
Oh my goodness.
I'm having coffee with that CFO who worked at that company next week, and he is someone that has provided a beautiful recommendation, not only on my LinkedIn, but on my website. And it's those meaningful connections. A lot of brokers are just trying to get your business.
100%.
I'm trying to find the clients that align with me, that want help, that want the truth. You know, you can't handle the truth.
You're not going to be able to work with me.
that care about their people.
Yes.
So culture is super important. I recently was working on a prospective client, and the CEO, that was not his thing. And so I walked away.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, not for me.
It doesn't align.
No. And I think it's okay to pick things that align. And so the Kirsch Group is just something that is really going to shake things up.
I think so. I mean, I feel it. So one word that keeps coming to my mind in regards to you, and I speak this out because I just firmly believe you're a disruptor. And I think the pattern disruption causes people to be able to shift, to be uncomfortable, to get out of their normalcy, which we do as entrepreneurs, right? But that actually builds in trust because you know that that is a directed arrow to be able to get to where you need to go. So do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely. I've been called it many times.
I love it.
Or a maverick.
Ooh.
I love that too. But, sometimes I think, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but as a woman being a disruptor, it's not always embraced.
Welcomed. Right.
Yeah. And,
Yes.
other disruptors, that might be like, oh my gosh, that guy changed the world or changed the industry. And for women, it's like, I think other women first and foremost are like, who does she think she is?
Correct.
And so we start to question, do I have the stones for this? And then other people are like, she thinks she's all that and she's not. And so it causes us to question our ability to disrupt. And I have to remind myself every day. And I have a core group of people that sometimes I call and I'm like, am I built for this? And they're like, let me be clear. We have to have you do this.
So what causes you to question that when you do? Obviously you have your core group of people, which all of us need. But what is the cause of that? Is that the upbringing and maybe poverty, or is it something along that lines? Where does that core get to?
Definitely poverty in my upbringing.
The
Because
lack
as a
mentality.
child, I sort of kept our financial situation private. So for example, if I woke up and we didn't have water that day, I would walk to school early and take a shower there and get ready.
Wow.
And, that didn't happen often, but my parents both worked hard and they tried. And I love and respect the upbringing
100%.
I have so much. So, and my parents and I are very, very close.
Yes.
But it was hard for me because I thought, what's wrong with you guys?
Right.
But now that I'm 52 and going through this, I'm like,
looking
shit,
36.
this is hard.
Right.
And so, yeah, I definitely think that my only fear at this point in my life is poverty. I'm not afraid of not closing a deal.
Correct.
I'm not afraid of not making money. I'm not afraid of being the smartest person in the room. I'm not afraid of not being the smartest person in the room. I'm afraid of poverty. That's where you've come from. Because I saw it. I know what it causes. And so it's always that little girl deep down that I've worked so hard to be like,
build up.
And tell her like, you're not relevant anymore. And so, but it's there. And I think every woman has a voice. That is the mean girl inside of her that's always trying to remind her that, maybe you've taken on more than you should have. So.
Now let me ask you a pretty poignant question.
Sure.
As females, as boss girls or boss babes or however we always joke around about those, but mavericks and the disruptors of our business world, what do you do to remain soft? Because ultimately at the end of the day we are females. And we operate in our masculine to be able to live up to what we need to do every day. What do you do to remain soft as an entrepreneur in the female industry?
Gosh, well, I am extremely domestic. And so I love taking care of my home. I love to cook. I love to love on my people. I'm a Cancer, born in July, so I'm very emotional. I am very soft in my core. The thing that I think happens over time is you have experiences that remind you that you can't trust everyone. And so it creates a shell.
Thick skin.
Yeah, thick skin. And I think being aware of that and not showing up in that way is the way that I am allowed to be a woman and to be feminine. There are things about me right now at this stage in my life physically that are changing. And so leaning into that and being vulnerable about it so that other women can see it, that's okay. And I think that's how I keep my femininity. but it's really important because we can't be men.
No.
We're not men.
Not built that way.
No.
Mm-mm.
And we have to lean into the nurturing side of ourselves and the compassionate side of ourselves. And
Or we
the
lose
side-
it.
Yes. And I love being a woman.
Same.
I love being girly. I
Yes.
love putting on sweats and going in the yard to dig dirt. I love to cook. I love to take care of my family. But I also love to kick ass.
Yes. It fuels you even more.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are you leaving for your legacy? What at the end of your life, what are people going to say about Cara? Like, what do you want your kids to know? Like, what are the things that you want spoken at the end?
Well, I want people to know that, especially my children, I want my children to know that they were always the biggest priority to me. You know, even with growing my career and traveling and being away and missing things, that I was always there for them. But I want them to remember me as someone that is kind and smart and funny. I'm very funny. I love movie lines.
You are funny.
And so, you know, you can see me watching any of the 80s, 90s clips.
Love
The
it.
first movie I ever went to was The Breakfast Club.
Yes,
And I saw it in
I love that
Milwaukee,
show.
and I
Yes.
was like 14.
Oh my gosh.
And so underage, because it was rated R.
Yes.
And so we
Sneaky.
like snuck in, and now that movie is like, you know, one of my go-tos, but that I'm funny and that I care.
Yeah.
You know, she's going to care, and she might care in a way that makes us all a little uncomfortable because she's going to push for what's right.
Yeah.
But I would say that,
Yeah.
and I hope that Ignite goes on forever.
Yes.
And I hope that the Kirsch Group is a place where women can be themselves, where if they're experiencing burnout, they can raise their hand and say in a safe way, I need some time.
Yep.
And that we're like, we got you, where they can make money, where they can be successful, and where they can contribute. And so that is my vision too, is this firm that is filled with amazing, smart
I love it.
mavericks just like me.
Girl. Now, we talk a lot about balance too, and you're talking about burnout. So how do you balance and manage this calendar that we always have to think about, you know, every day? So in your priorities or your pillars, like, what do you do to kind of lay that out?
I am very intentional about my time. And I take time for me every day.
Good.
And even if it's 30 minutes, whether it's prayer, whether it's writing something, whether it's just laying in my bed, you know, appreciating the beauty of the home that I'm fortunate enough to live in, whether it's listening to a podcast, but I take time for me every single day. And, you know, this situation that I've gone through recently where I lose my job and then I launch this firm all within 2 months, I didn't realize how burnt out I was.
Yes.
And so there've been days when I've gotten up and been like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I think it's because all this energy that we're using to be someone that people fill in the blank. And then we don't have to do that. It catches up to us.
Oh yeah.
Our system says you're safe now. You don't have to be someone else. You can be you. And people are going to love the you that you are.
Yeah.
And the people who don't are not your people. And
They're
that's
not.
okay. But as women, we don't understand that. We want everyone to love us.
Yep.
And that's just not the case. And so I take time for myself every single day. And right now I give myself a lot of grace, because over the last 90 days, it would kick anyone in the ass.
I bet.
And so right now I really try to give myself grace, knowing that this is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
So
Now you get to impact a lot of businesses, and I know that your impact is going to just reach so many amazing businesses. So let's say there's a large firm that's looking to try to work with you. How do they work with you? How do they reach out to you? And what does that look like?
yeah. So most employers have an employee benefits broker, and you can change your broker anytime. So that's the first thing you need to know.
Yep.
And the second is that when you do your analysis of firms, make sure you look at their capabilities and their cost, because the Kirsch Group brings to the market the same capabilities that you get from a global firm. So what would the experience be that's different at the Kirsch Group than it is at a global firm? Well, you get more time, you get direct attention, excuse me, you get direct attention, you get someone who has innovated. And in the big firms, a lot of times they're held back from innovation because of those misaligned incentives.
That's incredible.
Okay, and so if a big firm wants to work with me, I would encourage you to not tell yourself a story of, is she big enough for us?
Right.
When you hire your broker, you get a core team that you work with. You don't get all 60,000 employees of a big firm.
Right.
You get 3 people. And you get one person like me. And I can tell you right now, there's not a lot of people like me.
There's not.
And so don't sell yourself short by not considering the Kirsch Group as a powerful partner for you.
100%. I think you have it. And I think with my life, I have a lot of people in my life that have been in insurance, big names in insurance. And so to hear, what businesses want, a lot of times they want that personal impact, that personal touch point with someone like you.
Yeah.
And so I think that, building your team, building your culture situationally, that is what you're going to see is people when they reach out to you, they want to talk to you or they want to talk to people that you've built to be able to reach them where they're needing to be. So what are the top 3 things you look for in a business that you want to work with?
I like to work with businesses that have 50 to 100 at least employees.
Okay.
So in my career, I've worked with Union Pacific. So I've worked with really large entities, but that's really where the best work happens because they're the ones that are most harmed by the system.
Yes.
Employers that have employees across the country. So they're looking to continue to provide great benefits to their employees even though they're not here.
Right.
They might have a global presence. So that would be number 2. But I think also a culture within themselves that cares about their people.
Yes.
That wants their people to be able to afford their medications, that wants their people to be able to afford their back surgery or hip surgery. That is really important. And the CEOs that I've worked with in my career, they're the ones that care and want to know. They want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
They haven't relinquished all the control to someone else to figure it out. They want to know what's going on. So that I would say those are the 3 characteristics. Size, because the ACA, which is one of the legislative components that guides employers of that size, do they have a strong culture of people? And do they have employees across the country? Or if they're just here, fine. The other thing is public sector is in desperate need of really good consulting. So think about Douglas County, the city of Omaha, Sarpy County, city of Bellevue. They are underserved, and that is our money. And so right now I am having discussions about how do independent consultants help them to create better value, but also really be stewards of our tax dollar.
Just going in and disrupting.
Yes, yes. And so
great.
that would be what I'd be looking for.
That's awesome. How many people do you have currently in your business that you've just started?
I'm actually kind of using a different business model than the other firms. So I'm partnering with people to bring in the support that I need for my clients. And so if you think about service support, people that do the work after I bring it in, I'm partnering with someone in town to do that.
That's amazing.
And the partners I have found, crazy good. And on the data analytics side, so underwriting actuarial work, the partner I found actually does it better than the big firms at a significantly better price and so much flexibility. So the big firms will say to an employer, hey, for your renewal, we can do 2 projections. I know it's like, what is this? It's just a way to understand your budget for next year.
Yes.
An employer needs more than 2 projections.
Yeah.
And so the company that I'm partnering with, it's on the fly projection. No one can do that. So if you're Douglas County and you want to know what it would do to your budget if you increase your copay by $5, I can sit in a room with you and tell you what that will do so that we can be more efficient, we can save time in making our decisions, we can understand the budget impact immediately. No one can do that.
I love it.
And so that'll be one thing that I'll be really talking about over the next however long so that employers know the importance of that. Because I've been asked it my whole career, hey, can you model a plan design change on the fly? Sorry, no, 7
Can't do
days.
it.
Yeah, no, I found a solution.
That's incredible.
The CEO of that company called me when he saw my LinkedIn post and he was like, do you have a partner?
I love it.
I'm like, no, and I'd love to learn more. And I signed up with him.
That's incredible.
And they have assigned me their female actuaries. And
That's
I'm
incredible.
Stoked.
Yes.
Yes, girl, yes.
Bring it on.
Yes.
So going back to the women's stuff that we were talking about earlier, this women's event that you're having, how long is it? You said it's gone on for a couple years now.
9. This is our 9th year.
That's great.
And we have about 300 women participate. This year our theme is rooted and resilient,
I love that.
through what we're going through.
Yep.
It's going to be the biggest garden party you've ever participated in. So
we get to wear flowery dresses.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right.
I'm doing it up.
Deal.
You don't
have to tell me twice.
All right. You can wear, a hat if you're that kind of girl.
Yeah.
If you like you know, your hot pink workout suit. I love that for you. One of the things that I tell all women a few weeks before the event is like, come dressed in the thing that makes you feel
good
best.
and wear something you had a tag on that you've been scared to wear.
Absolutely. And if you're not a heel girl, no problem.
Yeah.
Tennis shoes. I love a pair of hot pink Air Jordans.
Good.
And I will rock the hell out of those.
I love that.
might even wear them with the dress I picked. But like, be you.
Yes.
This is your place where you can
Good.
be you, because you're going to see me. This year I wasn't going to do the keynote.
Yeah.
And when I got let go from my job, my best friend and I were talking about the conference, and she was like, we really need someone who's recently been fired. After I got fired, I was like, And so now I'm going to deliver the keynote.
Yep.
And I wasn't going to, but I'm so excited about delivering it. And I'm envisioning, I told my mom today that the last slide is going to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger from the Terminator. And he's going to say, I'll be back.
I love it. That's so great.
Yeah. So
I'm
it's going to be so fun.
Well, I'm really excited to be there. So is there a website that they can go to sign up for that?
Yep. So you can go to Eventbrite and just search Ignite Omaha. It'll come right up.
Okay.
Tickets are still on sale. We're still taking sponsors if that's something you're interested in. We have had so many tremendous sponsors that have been with us from the beginning. Mutual of Omaha is an example. Tremendous partner to Ignite, but also to Cara Kirsch. And so I'm so grateful for them. Companies like Pareto, which is one of my key partners, they've been a great supporter. And so if you want to support in that way, you can too. The other thing we do is we always have a community partner. And a couple of years ago, instead of just asking people for money, I bought 2 Gucci handbags and raffled them off.
Okay.
So this year, we have 2 Gucci handbags. Our community partner is Village Roots, which helps foster families get reunited back with
I love
their
that.
kids.
That's my heart.
And every year we give 100% of the proceeds.
Yep.
Plus I make a contribution. My mom makes a contribution. We've had awesome community partners like Access Period.
Yep.
And so that is something I'm super excited about. So this year we have the beige crossbody.
Love it.
And the blue crossbody.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll take a Gucci.
Yes.
Like, yes. And so you can buy tickets that day. We'll have food. We're having a DJ this year, thanks to Sandy Spady. I'm like, we're gonna have a DJ this year. Like, hell
100%.
yes.
Gotta have the music.
Yes. But the Scott told me I couldn't crank it up until 9.
Oh.
I'm like, all right, we'll have Yacht Rock from 7:30 to 9. I'm good with that.
That's great.
And I love music so much. So it's going to be an event you do not
Maybe you
want
need
to
to play the Breakfast Club in the background too on a screen or something.
Yes, totally.
So, well, I'm excited to be there. So is there any last minute thoughts that you want to drop for us today? And you've got so many amazing nuggets.
I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to continue getting to know you. You're a force. I love just seeing you.
Just a couple mavericks in here, right?
A couple mavericks just trying to change the world. And I would just say to people, you know, number one is if you have a broker and you haven't evaluated them, please do. You don't have to pick me, but pick someone that's an advocate.
Yes.
If you need help knowing what questions to ask, call me. I'll tell you, no cost. If you wonder if you're getting a good deal today, give me a call. I'll help you. Be unafraid, because your employees are counting on you. They're counting on you to use their money wisely.
They really are. It's so important to employers. So,
yeah.
Well, Cara Kirsch, the founder, CEO, Kirsch Group, we are so thankful that you came on today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been
And
great.
we are happy to have you on the Built Different podcast. So, and thanks again to Apiary Club. It is an amazing background for us today, and Seven Salon. So guys, tune in next time. Thank you again, Cara. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.